Hi and welcome to Know Your Rights. My name is Chris Fisher. This video is part of a personal injury series in association with Curry Law Group. Today we're going to focus on choosing a lawyer and questions you need to ask. And from Curry Law Group we have Dan King. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Chris.
Thank you for being here.
Sure.
So when do you call a lawyer? You've been in an accident, you know you're hurt. Do you call your lawyer before or after you call the insurance company?
I'm okay with you advising the insurance company that you've been in an accident and that you've sustained some injuries. But beyond that, I wouldn't give any additional information to the insurance company until you've had an opportunity to talk with a lawyer.
Okay.
Insurance companies are notorious for trying to gather information that they otherwise are not entitled to. And it's to your advantage to talk to a lawyer first after opening that initial claim with them. Okay,
so you're looking for a lawyer. You got in an accident, it was yesterday. Today, you're lying in the hospital bed, but you don't know who to call. Do you trust Google reviews? Do you start digging through the phone book? You know, where do you go?
Well,
you call Curry Law Group right out of the box.
If you still have a phone book, feel free to look through it. But Google is a great option as well. References is another great option. We pride ourselves on having return clients and referred clients because that's one of the most honest reviews you can get is someone who is a prior client. But I would spend a little time looking at the lawyer you're hiring, make sure that you have an experienced lawyer, a knowledgeable lawyer. With respect to personal injury, you want to make sure that you're getting a lawyer that does personal injury work.
In the attorney game, do you recommend calling 3 lawyers, like if I were going to get a quote for something on my house? Or doesn't it usually work that way?
You know what, my recommendation is when I sit down and talk with someone, if they feel comfortable and they trust me, most of the time they're going to make a decision right there.
Okay.
If you have some hesitation after meeting with me, I'll encourage you to go out and talk to somebody else.
Are there initial questions when you first sit down with you or anybody, those first questions that should be out of my mouth?
Probably the first question when I'm dealing with a person is, how much is this going to cost me? They're fearful of lawyers because of overpriced and paying a lot of money. The fact of the matter is, in a personal injury case, we work on what's called a contingency fee arrangement. What that means to you as the client is you don't have to pay me unless I get a recovery. That recovery is set by the Florida Bar and percentage-wise, but that makes people feel comfortable. In fact, once I break the ice with, this is not going to cost you anything, they feel a lot more comfortable and forthcoming with the discussion about the case.
All right, and you see a lot of lawyers on TV, you see a lot of lawyers on billboards, you see those 1-800 numbers, that's a lawyer from another state, but still is practicing law here, or however that works.
What that tells me, and what it should tell you, is those firms have big budgets, big advertising budgets. Doesn't necessarily mean they're good lawyers, doesn't necessarily mean they're trustworthy lawyers, but they get out on the media. And I've taken over several cases from big firms who have large advertising budgets, and I'll have a conversation with my client about why they left this particular firm. And I'll ask them, well, what did the lawyer tell me? And after 3 months of handling the case, 6 months, and they tell me, well, I never even saw the lawyer. So that's something you're not going to experience at Curry Law Group because we have a personal touch, and our desire is to make sure the client knows their rights. And we don't mean that flippantly. We want the clients to completely understand what the case is about and understand their options and help them and work them through.
So what separates you guys there at Curry Law Group from the big guys there?
Probably the personal touch, the fact that when you come in to hire Curry Law Group for a personal injury case, you're talking to me. I'm the person you're going to sit down with from your initial consultation, and I'm the one who's going to handle your case throughout the process. You're not going to see that at the big firms.
All right.
In fact, as I mentioned before, they may not even see a lawyer, but I'm the person you talk to the first day and the last day of your case.
All right, then to track you down, what number do they call?
Our number at Curry Law Group is 813-653-2500.
Dan King, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.